Okay, so you saw this is the Celtic cross cards that we got. We got a 8 of Earth for your current card. Potential challenges, we got a 8 of Air. Then for what you need to focus on, we got the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and your strengths, we got 4 of Fire reversed. For your past, we got 6 of Earth. For your near future, we got the Messenger of Water upside down. Then, in terms of the suggested approach, we got the Tower, a very powerful card. Then, in terms of what you need to know now, we got 10 of Fire upside down. Then we got Ace of Water as the hopes and fear card. And finally, we got Two of Water upside down for your potential future, right? So let me read that and explain what it is. This is your now, this is your current position. Your current position says that you have skills which are irrelevant to what you're doing right now. You are like this violin which has got old and there are even roots coming out of it. I think it fits into your life position right now. You are doing something, but you are doing something completely different for a while due to the current situations, and you feel like useless of your talents and of what you are doing. So spirit says this is your now. But also this card implies that you need to adopt to change. You need to accept change without trying to be perfect according to your plan. Sometimes you need to accept what the universe gives you without feeling frustrated and disappointed, because this card says that you're feeling frustrated, you're feeling disappointed, you're feeling old and useless, and that your skills are irrelevant, right? And you need to focus on your self improvement and self development. This is your current position according to what spirit sees. In terms of your potential challenges, once again, you saw this card in the previous reading as well. Just imagine in a deck of 78 cards, and after vigorous shuffling for the second position, which defines your potential challenges, again the same card came. So it's not a coincidence, right? Spirit knows your biggest challenge right now is your negative thoughts, your self-imposed restrictions, and the victim mentality, and spirit knows it. And I think this is a solid indication, because this is appearing in the second reading for you. You need to get out of this victim mentality, right? Let's see what you need to focus on. Wheel of Fortune upside down. Wheel of Fortune is a very powerful card, but when it comes upside down, it means a whole host of different things, right? But more than anything, spirit knows that you're going through a negative time, right? A bad period, bad luck period. What you need to focus on is breaking the cycle. That's what this means, right? And you need to believe that life hits rock bottom only when it's about to spiral upwards. So when life hits rock bottom, like in this card, without getting into a victim mentality, you need to focus on rebuilding your life. You need to start accepting responsibility for your situation in life without blaming it on COVID, without blaming it on others. You need to start accepting responsibility and break the cycle without creating resistance, which will only make you stuck in bad luck, right? So you know exactly what you have to do. You have to break the cycle, and this is what you need to focus on. The third position of this reading says this is what to focus on, right? So remember, when life hits rock bottom, it only means one thing. It doesn't mean your life is over. It means that you are going to start new, and you need to believe that and be ready to break the cycle. This is what spirit is saying. The card on the fourth position talks about your strengths, and here we have 4 of Fire upside down, right? So 4 of Fire upside down talks about personal celebrations, inner harmony, conflict with others, transition, different types of meanings. But in your reading, I would say it talks about, since this position, it talks about your strengths, it is talking about self acceptance and inner harmony, right? Spirit is saying, with all that he has told so far, you need to find yourself, and that is your strength. That is what you need to reveal. There is area for improvement for you to improve on your self acceptance, self love, and inner harmony without being disturbed by everything else that is happening in your life. Can you see how beautifully all these cards are falling into place, right? And just like this fairy which is playing with a flute, playing a flute and enjoying her time, you need to start accepting yourself for who you are, loving yourself for who you are, and find that inner harmony. This is what Spirit is telling. This needs to be your strength. This is your strength. As your immediate past, Spirit says that you have been a very giving person, right? You have been sharing your wealth, you've been generous, you've been into charity, you've been helping a lot of people. This is what this card symbolizes. And in this position, this is 1 2 3 4 5, in this position it talks about your past, right? So your past has been like this white deer, very majestic, helping everyone, being in good books. This is who you have been in the past, but past is past, right? Let's look at your near future. Messenger of water, upside down, right? You got this card upside down. So messenger of water upside down talks about see, this is your immediate future, right? So if you don't do what Spirit is telling you, your immediate future, you would be disconnected from your reality. You would be overly ambitious, hoping things, overly romantic, overly ambitious, without grounding your ideas. Maybe you have a lot of ideas, things that you need to do. You need to be realistic. That's what it's saying, right? And also it also can mean that if you don't do that, you will be a jealous, moody person. And Spirit is saying not to be that, right? Water is an element of emotions, especially talking about love. So Spirit sees this aspect in you. And Spirit is giving you an advice through this card to ground your ideas into reality without haphazardly trying to do things. And this is what it's giving you as an advice for your future. I don't know what it means. Maybe it resonates with you, or maybe it'll resonate in the future when things are falling into place, but that's what it's saying. Now, this is your current, your challenges, what to focus on, your strengths, your past, and your future, right? Now, in these 4 cards, it talks about the suggested approach, what you need to know, your hopes and fears, and your potential future. So, let's see what Spirit says here. This is your suggested approach, the Tower. The Tower card is a very, very, very powerful card. It's a good card, but good comes in a very different way. Think of it like you have to break down an old house to build a beautiful castle. As long as that old house is there, you can't build a beautiful castle, right? So similarly, your suggested approach should be turning your life around completely. A big change, a complete 360. Usually when people, now in this position, this is advising you as a suggested approach. In a normal reading, when people get this as their future, that means they are going to go through a divorce, an accident, a breakup, a loss of a job, some huge chaos. But to say that through that chaos, their life is going to be rebuilt. Now, in your case, it's not coming as a future, it's coming as suggested approach. So Spirit is telling you need to have a tower moment in your life. You need to turn your life 360 degrees, completely different, change it, just like breaking down a house to rebuild a beautiful castle. And unless you break that house, you cannot rebuild a beautiful castle. And that's what it means. So that is your suggested approach. And what you need to know, this card says what you need to know. We have 10 of fire upside down, a magician playing with her work, burning everything, right? upside down. This talks about carrying a burden. When it comes to upside down, it talks about carrying a burden and delegation and releasing your tasks, right? Spirit is saying what you need to know is that you don't have to do everything by yourself. Your personal well-being is more important than anything else. That is what Spirit is saying, as what you need to know. Spirit is saying release that weight, release those burdens without holding on, because you don't have to do everything by yourself. Maybe Spirit is saying if you're carrying burdens, carrying worries, unburden it with someone else, a friend, a counselor, a coach, someone, right? You don't have to handle everything by yourself, because it'll burn you out. And that is what you need to know right now. Your hopes and fears, this resonates so much. So hopes and fears, since this is a positive card, I would say it's your hope, but at the same time your hope is your worst fear as well, right? Because you worry that it won't happen. Once again, water is about emotions and mainly about love. So your hopes and fears is about love, new relationships, companionship. You told that to me as well, right? So your biggest hopes and fears are about your love life, whether you would find that perfect person, whether you would discover love, and your potential future. Two of water upside down. Now, usually, two of water talks about a romantic affair, right? Finding another partner. Now, if it came like this for your potential future, I would directly say yes, you're going to find someone. Because it came upside down, it talks about a different meaning. It talks about self love. Not finding love outside, but finding love inside. So, your potential future, Spirit is saying, going through this tower moment of, chaos leading to good, changing 360 degrees your life, unburdening your worries, right? You will find self love. And the beautiful thing is, when you find self love, everything else falls into place. When I advise people, when I coach people, my entire coaching is revolving around self love, whether it's relationship, money, or success in life in general. I talk about self love. Why? Because when you love yourself, then only you start appearing desirable in other people's eyes. Because if you're downright depressed, no one is going to find you attractive. And even if someone finds you attractive, because you are coming from a place of lack and fear, you are going to project insecurities and clinginess. So even if you find the love of your life, she's going to go away. But when you improve on your self-love, you appear very desirable, radiant, and everyone wants you. Everyone wants to help you. Everyone wants to give you opportunities. People will fall in love with you. So your success, your potential future, Spirit is seen through self-love. So I think overall what Spirit is saying is you need, especially from the previous reading also, you need to get ready for this tower moment. Change your life 360 degrees, right? Break the cycle of your victim mindset, right? And find your inner self. Find your inner self, because this came as your strength. That Spirit is saying you can do that. So your journey is about self-discovery, discovering your true self, discovering your self-love, and leading to success. Whether it's your love life, whether it's your work, whatever it is, this is what Spirit is seeing in you. And based on the previous reading, all I have to say is there's a huge potential in you. But you need to find your spiritual mentor and embark on that journey. Learn new things and turn your life around. There's something big awaiting for you. There's something very, very big awaiting for you. But it won't come into you if you don't believe that you deserve it, if you don't believe that you can get it, which can only come through self-love. So I have only one question for you. Are you ready for that journey? Because remember, it's not going to come to you easily, because you will have to turn your life around. Through chaos will only come something beautiful, because only once you break everything down, fall onto the deepest, darkest point in life, only from there you can climb up. Maybe you're already there. Maybe there's nothing more to fall, only you would know. But the beautiful thing is, on the other side of that wall is heaven, everything that you have asked for. But to do that, you need to let go of your victim mindset, break the cycle, find self love, and get to this destination. Get to this destination. I hope this reading was resonated with you. For me, it was a quite a unique reading, because I've done a lot of readings, but then again, when everything falls into place, balances with previous readings, it feels so great, right? So I hope you are ready for the journey of your life, but you need to take action. You need to make it happen. All the best and blessings from Divine.